Hello everyone and welcome back along to the channel. Today you join me as I'm out celebrating Worldwide Pinhole Day 2024. It's actually the day before Worldwide Pinhole Day. Worldwide Pinhole Day falls on the last Sunday of March every year, but it should just be a whole weekend thing. I know there's lots of people today all over the world meeting up, loads of people tomorrow meeting up and doing stuff. I'm out today. So I am down in the dockyard town of Newhaven again. I was here a few weeks back with my mere 6x12. I was actually here last weekend as well, but unfortunately it just didn't go very well. Light leaks all over the place. I had a few sort of reasonable photos, so it didn't go too good. So I've come back to try and make better, really, and we've got a beautiful day for it. So today I am out with, I have got my ONDU, my 4x5. I've also got my Holga wide pinhole camera. I've also got my Harman Titan as well. The 4x5 I'm loaded up with Ilford Delta 100. This comes from a guy called Andy from Irresponsible Pictures, I believe his channel is called. Yep. He sent this to me as a gift, so I'm really grateful to him for this. I was using that last week and unfortunately loads of it became not very good, so I really want to make these shots work today to really make that a good thing. So really big thanks to Andy. Please make sure every one of you enjoy this video, go over to his channel. I'll link it straight at the top. Just put a thank you in his comments or whatever, subscribe to him, or you know, whatever, but please show your appreciation. It really helps me out. It keeps me ticking over, and obviously you guys watching really helps me out as well, so it's all good. So yeah, let's get moving. Let's find some photos and enjoy the day. Right, let's go. So last week I started off at the skate park. Unfortunately, last week I had some real nice light coming onto this, getting the real nice shadows on all the curves and stuff. But sun's not out this week. But we've got lots of water puddles, so we might have to make something with the reflections. I'll see if I can set something up with my Holga. So for my first photo with the Holga, oh, this caught my eye. This little ramp, launch ramp, picking up there, and just kind of scanning across that front part of the skate park. So I've got a 21-second exposure on this. So I think I forgot to mention, I've got Fomopan 100 in my Holga today, so I'm going to get some slightly longer exposures of that over the Delta, but I don't mind. Just going to maybe try and find one more down here before heading up. Top of the hill here, we've got some old World War bunkers. I'll see if I can find anything up there, but I wouldn't mind finding just one more down here. So this bench has caught my eye. I think might work nicely with the 6x12. Kind of getting a shot in from about here. So for this, I'm gonna go for quite a low one, as in on the ground. I was the other side of the bench a minute ago, but it got kind of lost in the trees, whereas here, there's nothing. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Let's move this around a little bit. We've got some nice clouds, so do a quick meet up. So that is going to get me about, I'm going to go for about a 4-second exposure on this. So I've been looking around for a shot which will work with the large format. Unfortunately, there's no real good graffiti here. It's a bit rubbish, to be honest with you. Sometimes you get real nice graffiti coming out on these things, but not here. So I'm thinking that on the ground, kind of just a bit of a view of the skate park. Got some nice cloud. I think that might work. I'm not sure. This side of the skate park certainly more interesting than that. Whoa, almost fell over. So here's the plan that I've got. I've put the ONDU flat on the surface, looking off down here. I'm going to use the rise pinhole on the bottom, so that is going to give me a lot more foreground and less sky. So that should get, what that does is it shifts the horizon from centre down to the lower third. So I've got about a 4-second exposure on this. Two, three, four. So let's hope that has got no light leaks on it. I'm sure it hasn't, coming from the ONDU. So I'm really hoping I get 4 nice photos with this film Andy has sent me to really make it worthwhile. So anyway, I finished up at the skate park. I'm going to head up a big hill to some old wall bunkers, see if we can find anything up there. So this is coming into one of the old gun posts, I think. Oh, the doors are all concrete up nowadays, but I presume these are where they would have kept the ammo. And we come up these stairs. The position that one of the big guns would have been in. Look at that for a view though. So last week when I was here, I did try an image here. Unfortunately, it's one that didn't come out. Looking up the steps, which I felt could work, but last week I had sun coming through here with a lovely reflection of it all breaking through the leaves on this wall. But I've not got that today. But maybe with the Holga and the wide, that might work. So I might try this with the ONDU. My Holga's got foam pan, that's given me a 5-minute 50-second exposure. The ONDU with the Ilford Delta is a 1-minute 15, so much better. But I know it would have more worked probably in the 6x12, so I'm just trying to right, so I've gone for portrait, which should get me quite a nice view down, up, but not too wide across. The sun is just starting to poke out through there at the minute, so let's get this underway. Three, two, one, done. So I'm going to head up the hill a little bit further to another position which might work quite nicely with the Holga, and then I'm going to head back down the hill to the little harbour entrance bit where I was a few weeks back, and get my last few photos there hopefully. So this is what I'm looking at with the telescope and hopefully the harbour arm. Might have to get a bit closer to the telescope. Nice view looking out anyway. Right, let's get a meter, which is about a second, which on foam pan will stay. Oh, 2 seconds. Right. So my next couple of shots are down here with the 4x5. This would work quite nicely in the 6x12 actually, so I might try that as well. But I'm going to use the ONDU for this first. I've put a red filter on it. It normally comes with a filter holder these, but I lost mine. But like any pinhole photographer, I have elastic bands in my bag. I've also put the spikes on my feet, my tripod feet, for the long grass. So I want a little bit of movement in that. So I'm going to get that down to about here. Make sure my filter's clean. Right, so we've got 10 seconds on this. So the last image I wanted to capture with the large format was this boat. So I photographed this last week, but like I said, the light leaks were pretty horrendous. But then I didn't have the sun in my face. So last week I was going for this sort of position, which was kind of a little bit boring, but it looked quite good. I think with the sun in full force at the moment, possibly some clouds might come and cover it. I might come over here. Maybe a little bit of a portrait look. Capturing some of the cliffs in that sky. So here's what I've decided to settle with. I've decided to go back to landscape instead of portrait. I just feel it might work a bit better. So I'll get kind of a view, boat and that building, then not too much sky, and hopefully just kind of a view like that. So I'm going to leave the red filter on, 10-second exposure. So I've gone for another one from here, this time with the Holga, because I think it'll work quite nicely in 6x12. I've also put an ND8 filter on, adding 3 stops, which gives me a minute exposure, which should really make the grass in the foreground blur out, maybe soften up the sky a little bit. So I'm going to try one from here. I did one from here last week, which was probably about my only successful photo. But again, it looked quite nice in the 6x12. Especially with the long harbour arm, the spiky things. Bit of cloud. Might get a bit of sun flare. We've got like about a second exposure, if that really, which always kind of feels wrong on a pinhole camera. I don't know why. Come back a little bit. So that should get that nicely. That should get most of the harbour arm. Hopefully a little bit of this broken concrete down there. Sun is in full force now, so I'm going to wait a little bit. So I'm just out the sun at the minute, so it's not too much sun flare. Let's go 1. So I've got one last photo with the Holga. So I'll head back and see if we can find anything on the way. So I'm going to move on from here and see if I can find something on my way home. I remember last time, one of the few times I was here, I turned into some industrial estate and there's quite a nice area. Nice as in nice to photograph, not as in nice. So I'm going to see if I can find that again and I'll get my last photo there. So this was one idea, not the idea I just mentioned about, but there's an old boat here. The river's out. I think this might be a bit nicer with the tide in. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to get down there, and it's quite a busy area, so an easy area to get into trouble. So I'm going to go for this. I'm just going to have the tripod head mounted on that, sort of looking down. 7-second exposure, so I'm just going to count that off then my head while holding the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Job done. It's not what I was going to be after, but it's something I've wanted to photograph for a while, but I think coming back when the tide is in will certainly be a little bit nicer. But you've got to try these things. So that is it. I really hope you all enjoyed the photos and my worldwide pinhole weekend. If you've gone out this weekend, I hope you had a fantastic time. I look forward to seeing your photos. Again, a huge thank you to Andy from Irresponsible Pictures for the film. I really appreciate it. Again, please head over to his channel or his Instagram. I'll link it all below, and go say thank you from me as well. Really do appreciate it. And that'll be it, guys. I'll do a little blog post, include a few of the photos last times and the issues and all the other stuff in life. So head over there. That is at willgudgeon.com. I'll link that below, and also check out my Pinhole Life website where pretty much all my pinhole photography is. I'm a little bit behind on uploading images to that, but I will get on top of that soon. So thanks all, everyone. Thanks for watching. I shall see you soon.